So the Undateables series 2 continues, and I found that every week I've had a sort of favourite that I really want to do well, and this week it was Damien. Yeah, I really liked Damien. So Damien has albinism? I can't say it. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, so he has difficulty leaving the house in daylight, and has to put on factor 50 sun cream whenever he goes out. Can I say, if I was him, I'd be quite nervous to leave the house if I burned really easily. I don't really burn that easily, but then I don't really tan. But even when it's like bright sunshine, I don't like going out. It's just too hot and too bright and it hurts my eyes. So I can kind of understand a little bit. He only goes out of the house after 4 p.m. But I wouldn't see why that would be hard in dating. But yeah, I saw his date, and I really liked it. It must have been really scary being like, can only seeing things close up. Being by yourself in a bar, anyone could basically come up to you. It must have been really nerve-wracking, but his date seemed to go really well because they had shared interests, and the girl was really alternative style. I really liked it. So yeah, and I really hope that it goes well with dating, and now that it's sort of got first date over with, that it sort of gets a bit more easy for him. I really liked it. I really liked him. His ideal date, it says here, would be wooing a girl with a romantic moonlit picnic in the park. I'd like that. Can my boyfriend do that for me? I'd love that. That's a really good idea. That's a really good one. I really liked it. And also, he said, what was it? Girls like tall, dark and handsome. I'm tall, white and pasty or something. There's nothing wrong with you. He's a really good looking guy, and I don't want tall, dark and handsome. I find that's too mainstream kind of thing. I'm not really into that. I like tall though. You have to say I really like tall. But yeah, I really liked him. Kate was the other person on the Undateables this week, and she has, what was it, Down syndrome that she has. Yeah, Down syndrome. I liked Kate. The only thing was planning her ideal wedding, and writing romantic poems and wanting to live in a romantic film. Life isn't like romantic films. That's the only thing that I found kind of weird. But saying that, I do go and look at wedding dresses, go, oh, that's really nice, that's nice. But I don't plan my ideal wedding because I don't want to jinx it. But her date was really sweet. Going to the maze, I would have got lost in that maze, I have to say. I wouldn't have been able to find my way out. But yeah, it seemed to go really well, and she seemed to really like him, which was so sweet. And then her asking, so do you want to be boyfriend and girlfriend and all that? So sweet. And I really hope that it continued for her, because I'd hate to think that it didn't work out and then I think she'd be quite crushed. But I really did like her. She was really sweet, and she seemed like she really wanted a relationship. And if you really want a relationship, you're willing to work at having a relationship. And the guy that she went on a date with, he seemed to really want to go on a date and really wanted it to work out as well. Who was the other person? It was a guy called Oliver, I think? Yeah, Oliver. So Oliver has, what does he have? They should put, yeah, they should put it at the top. So I have to read down. He has autism. I don't know if people know that, but I also have a form of autism myself. I have Asperger's syndrome, so I can kind of relate to the difficulties that he was having, because he lists them all, like traffic. I am one person. If I'm in my car and it's traffic, it does kind of frustrate me. But if I'm on public transport especially, I just get really wound up and I want to get off the bus. So I can totally relate to that. The money thing, I'm complete opposite. I like to spend money, but him not wanting to spend money. But that shouldn't be too much of a problem though. because I don't think you have to spend like a lot of money to have fun. He said he doesn't like going to the cinema. I used to hate going to the cinema. I didn't go to the cinema for years, and I remember the first time I went to cinema I was shaking, so I could totally relate. It's quite scary because you feel enclosed. I can relate to him, and I don't... His mum's like, if a girlfriend saw all these lists of things that you don't want to do, they'd think, oh, how would I manage it? But everyone has things they don't like doing, and I don't see why them things should cause a problem, because if he found a girl with autism, she might have the same difficulties and the same anxieties as him, and it would work perfectly. And him at that disco was amazing. I didn't expect him to be like that. He done really, really well. He done better than I would do, to be honest. Talking to girls, dancing with girls, and then his date was so sweet. He tried so hard, and the kiss at the end was just like, oh, it made me want to cry. I absolutely loved it, and I hope that he does well as well. And the girl seemed so sweet herself, and she seemed quite nervous, and he seemed quite nervous, and it was just perfect, I think. So yeah, I think it's the last episode next week, I think, because there's only like there's 3 people left, so I think next week's the last one. I'm gonna be upset because I love watching the Undateables and I love reviewing them, and I hope everyone does so well, and yeah, I hope for another series. I hope for series 3 as well, and I hope for an update series. I've been saying this for the last couple of weeks. I want an update series, and I want to know how everyone gets on. So see you next week with another Undateables.